Well, this is LJ, and this is the much awaited second round, and we had a pretty good. I guess it would be considered a battle, the first round, and we talked about Scissors, the Weekend song, and the side chick deal. Well, we got something really special coming down the chute tonight, and it's not even Christmas. Tonight we are talking about Taraji P. Henson's Acrimony. Now, LJ can speak on this too. You see a clip, and the first thing you see, which we can start talking about now, but the definition is bitterness and anger and pissed off and want to send somebody to hell and sizzle. Taraji P is sitting there with her legs crossed, and I imagine it's some white lady that's asking, "What's wrong with you?"
Oh, white lady. Oh goodness.
So
typical black, angry black woman.
See, and the only thing that I could say when we was watching the footage was, she probably heard my jacket make this little noise, and my shoulder shrugged up because, see, this is what I mean.
It's a man behind it, though.
So it's a man behind the process of why Acrimony hits like a tow truck or something like that, because he is what you're saying caused this acrimony.
Yes.
So acrimony, the definition of acrimony, bitterness. Mary J. Blige has been 11 years. I've done this and I've done that. Now the lady on the weekend. See, all this stuff is coming together.
It's tied in anything?
Yeah, because she's saying, I'm not about to be like Taraji P's character. The hell with that. I'm just going to enjoy him on the weekend. But we're going to stick with acrimony. We got time.
Okay. All right.
We got time. So I want you to address what you mean by the man is behind this acrimony.
Well, from what we saw, which was a brief clip, I'm taking it that they were married. Looks like some cheating went on, something, dishonesty. No full disclosure as to what happened, but then you got this image of her being this angry black woman, but something caused that. Something caused that. So, we haven't seen the film, so we don't know the backstory.
I saw the film.
We just assuming, this is what it is. But from the bits and pieces we gather, she gave up something. They got married, agreed to be there thick and thin, sickness and health. Some cheating going on.
Death do us part.
To death do us part. Some cheating is going on. She's bitter. But in that instance, doesn't she have a right to be?
We this is so great. There's times that let me start off. I don't know if anybody remembers.
Here we go.
This symbol. What this means, relationships don't work. I'm back again. And acrimony, again, ties into the fact, yes, she has a right to be bitter.
Okay.
But there's a formula to why she's bitter. And the formula is, we discussed this in travel. We discussed this. And in travel, we talked about the fact that in this recipe, in this ingredients, almost like a mad scientist, mixing a beaker or whatever, again, with a lab coat on, the woman a lot of times is lonely and desires a man. And in forfeiting what she believes in, she sort of just accepts what's out there. Now, I said this to you in the vehicle, and I'm going to say it out loud. I want parental advisory to be administered for this particular statement. So the kids, you already know, y'all can check out right now. I'll give you all a couple of seconds. All right. Hopefully all y'all have gotten out. I don't want to be sued and persecuted from this point forward. Okay. If you're 18 and under and you lack maturity, this is not for you. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. Men ain't shit. It's almost like trying to, like I said, go into a lion's den and asking the lion to be civilized. If a lion was in this studio right now, it would run through here perhaps or walk slowly. Everything would be afraid and intimidated, and with its tail, it would knock over every damn thing in here. But everybody, oh, it's a lion. I can't. But it's a man. Oh, it's a man.
But that's disappointing, Reese, because you saying no man, and in that instance, why get married? You can have whatever you want. Why get married? Why be with one?
Well, again, that a lot of times those are the women's wishes to be married to one.
So men are only accommodating a woman to get married.
No, it's a smoke screen. What men are doing, they're creating a smoke screen because they want sex, and they want it on a regular basis. And now they're expanding. The slightest they expand in their dumbass minds is just to try and have a woman at home that's square, that cooks and cleans and washes their dirty ass drawers and makes meals when he comes home, or whatever he's doing. So the point is this, and I'm saying this with a lot of confidence: women are stable. Women are stabilized individuals. They got their shit together, and men are all fucked up, begging and asking, "Oh, baby, can you please help me? I don't know what to do."
We suckers then? We caved?
No.
What?
You guys, my whole presentation for anybody that's listening, women are great. Men ain't shit.
Okay.
And the point I'm trying to say is, unfortunately for you guys have a desire for a man. And now you've noticed, again, like with the young lady Scissor, with the song The Weekend, lesbianism is starting to become a greater thing. Having a toy party to go and get some vibrators or some beads or something to shove in your ass, all this type of stuff, is a lot more prevalent nowadays and a lot more open, just like fags walking down the street with a bag of dicks. It's all open now, so there's no more hiding or whatever. And the few people that might be considered real men are institutionalized mentally. And we watched a great film tonight, and we got a chance to ask movie critics. That's also what we are. I forgot them two guys' name, movie critics. But Ebert, Cisco.
Ebert.
Yeah, I think I'm Cisco. I think she's Ebert. And the thing is, no, she's smarter than me. I'm not that bright. I'm not that bright. She's actually right. For anybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, she is correct.
I'm the voice of reason.
She is the voice of reason. And I represent some type of demonic force.
Oh, goodness.
Or whatever that's just speaking out too loud. But we watched a great movie, and Roman J. Esquire, Roman J. Israel Esquire. Now, this man was blurting out several statements in his thing, and he said something about it is nearly impossible. I'm paraphrasing. Denzel, don't get me. Unless you want to come get me to put me in another one of your movies, because I can play some crazy people too. I don't know if you want to share the stage and the spotlight with me, because I'm pretty dangerous. But nonetheless, he said you can't really have, what he said, a relationship or a marriage and a family. You can't have a family.
Yeah, that's
and whatever, the business type. And it's hard to do both. For any man that works his ass off, it's hard to be home with the family. So now you got, do you want an absentee husband that's working his ass off that will come home feeling degraded because the system. And so now we tied Acrimony back into this. We tied Scissor back into this. And to me, she just moved forward to speaking about, I'm not going to be like that. This system is a certain kind of a way. And she just ended up rolling with that. And now in this Acrimony, this lady has taken it. Taraji P's character has just taken the shit for I don't know how long.
I think she said 18 years. 18
years. Mary J was 11. How many of you guys out there?
Oh, we're not going to say.
How many of y'all have endured brutal punishment for more than 2 seconds? more than 2 years. Some of y'all are going on 20 plus and counting. You know what I mean? And that's why the stereotype of angry black woman. Yeah. Go ahead, you can.
I just think that's a bad thing. It could be any angry woman. I don't know why we got that stigma attached to us. But anybody can be angry just because of the situation. I hate that that's attached to our race. I don't see what that has to do with anything. I'm not, well, I know, honestly, I don't consider myself some angry black woman because of something that didn't work well in my life or something that I've gone through. I don't walk around bitter and angry. Everybody experiences things, and how you handle it is one thing. But am I angry at everybody because one of my situation didn't work? No. Is that fair to be? And I don't want to be categorized as that either.
Yeah, I don't think you are bitter or angry.
No.
And if anything that you're feeling, I think you've kind of gotten over it a little bit.
Yeah.
And you kind of moved on mentally, but yet you still hope and desire for I don't want to say like it's imaginary ink or something on a piece of paper, but you're wishing. Was she upon a star?
No.
What's that song they sing sometime when they win the Super Bowl and the guy, you're going to go to Disney World. But nonetheless, what you're doing, I think is better than being like what Scissor's saying and like what I'm saying.
That. Here's the thing. Women cannot be like men. No matter how many, you guys could go out, sow your oats all you want, do all. We would still have a negative connotation attached to that. Nobody and even if you knew of a female that, man, she ran like a dude, you don't want to know about it, you don't want, but then again, I don't know, look at Kim Kardashian, I don't know, I'm trying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to think, but, I just think women, though, we don't want our numbers to be, like sky high, and I don't think it matters.
And why is that? But why?
Because it's a negative thing. You be considered a hoe. It's a negative thing. A man gets a pat on the back. It's notches in what your belt, headboard, whatever. Us, if you've been ran all through, then it's so many negative and nasty things that will be said about a woman. And so you don't want that. So I think that's why you look for this one man, this one situation, because you numbers. I don't know. I once told you don't ask those questions either, because nobody wants to. Do you divulge that? Is that going to affect the relationship status, knowing how many partners you had? Or?
I mean, it damn sure will.
Yeah, for a woman, not for you.
I mean, that guy be sitting there and he'd be, bill, please.
Really? So that will bother you?
Waiter,
That will bother you, knowing.
Yeah, because guys can't stomach that. They can't stomach it.
And why do you think a woman can?
Because I'm telling you, women are stronger than men are. Especially when it comes to relationships. Because women are the champion. They won the championship in relationships. Yeah. And men are like bar fighters at best, like club fighters. They're not championship fighters when it comes to relationships. They're not thoroughbreds in racing when it comes to relationships. They're not like Jaguars or BMWs or they're more like Pintos when it comes to relationships. They're not like the alligator shoes or whatever. They're more like some shoes with holes in the bottom of them when it comes to relationships.
Dudes, no credit. There's somebody out there.
Dudes are like flat tires on the freeway with no spare, and your cell phone died in a relationship. Dudes are almost like being out in the middle of the ocean and something like that and realize you don't have no life jacket on in a relationship. Men are almost like standing in front of the ATM machine, whatever, with no bank card to get any money out in a relationship.
No, that's
I'm crazy, so don't listen to me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like a machine.
You make valid points, but I'm saying it works. Just like with everything else, it works.
And that's why she's powerful, ladies and gentlemen. She's very powerful. Regardless, this is our second edition, and I'm pretty tough to deal with. She sits here and she's able to smile and shrug that stuff off and just let it go. Whereas to maybe somebody's, I don't know if they want to slap me or call me out my name.
Prove you wrong.
Yeah, or want to prove me wrong or go into attack mode because relationships don't work. But acrimony, I'm back into acrimony again. Bitterness. And I looked up the definition when we was transporting ourselves back on the train. Coming back, before we got on the airplane to come back to these parts or whatever, I was looked up. I said, you know what? Let me look up acrimony and see what it means.
Right.
And the definition was ridiculous. You thought I was a machine gun. It went to bitterness, anger, pissed off, like hateful, all these things, distress, pimped down, all these other things. And then at the bottom of the definition on the Google thing, it had the movie Acrimony, and it had a little thing where you could play it, and it had Taraji P's face upon it. She was like this.
Yeah, the angry black woman.
And I was like, oh, there's an angry black
yeah, man, we just so many negative things, and that's just one more thing. I don't know. That could be any woman. I don't know why it has to be the angry black woman. And you're right, a man put her in that predicament. Now we haven't seen a movie. I can't wait to see it to critique it and tear it apart. But from the looks of it, again, see, my biggest thing is relationships don't work because the communication is off. There was a breakdown somewhere. Instead of dealing with it, instead of talking about it, saw outside.
Third party.
Yeah. So it's not that the relationship wouldn't work. You didn't give it an opportunity to, because it's easier to, let's go create something new than to fix.
Have you ever thought that the man never believed in a relationship from the beginning?
And then why did you get married? And I don't believe the smoke screen. Why?
I'm going to tell you, again, like I shared with you, a man is an unstable animal, almost like a beetle bug or something like that, running back and forth when you drop the jar. You ever had a jar full of beetles and you just either crack it or spin it upside down and they all hit the ground and it looked like there's thousands of scrambling things. This is men and what they look like in their lives. This is what their world look like, scrambling all over the place, trying to find.
So you saying that it just, men ain't got it together. Here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand, and we kind of tie it in with the founder too. If you with someone, you building, you get to this place, plateau, wherever you want to be, then what, you look back at her and say, I don't need you no more? But she was there because you want better, you want something else along the way, and so you discard her? I don't see women do that.
Well, what has to happen in the movie when we watch the founder, his wife made what we're going to label as a critical mistake, and it shouldn't have happened, but she chastised him in the kitchen. So you guys have to see the founder too, which is the McDonald's robbery story. But she was in the kitchen and chopping cucumbers, in my mind, like a lot of women, Taraji P chopping Mary J. Blige and every other angry black woman that's
get
chopping
comments, ladies,
chopping cucumbers when they mad or whatever. But she said, when you had the peanut selling idea, when you wanted to try and sell elephants, I was there with you. When you tried to move suitcases and stuff at the airport, I was with you. Right. So he had a million dumbass ideas that didn't work. And I'm telling y'all again, she was correct. She stood
by him.
We just said the same word at the same time. She stood by him through all of these dumbass beetle bug ideas that he had. She stood there, and he had the fucking audacity as she was going up the stairs to say, "You've never supported me." She turned around, and it was angry white woman.
See, so it's just angry woman. Don't attach black to it.
Just for the film, she was a white actress. But angry white woman, you heard it here first. You can put a stamp. It was angry. She turned around. She was like,
all right.
I didn't support you. I've done nothing but support you from the beginning all the way. Let me get back. Because that lady meant that.
I mean, any woman would. If you been in a relationship that long, so you've been together, and then you see this, now whatever, dreams, whatever goals you set forth, and then you see them, they're coming, they're close, and then you like, bye. She did all the legwork. That girl, the young girl, the cute, in shape, whatever, she gonna get all of that.
But the great news, if anybody wants to hear it, if y'all ready, this is the great news. She won't appreciate it though.
She won't. That woman that stood there, and that's what your ass gonna get.
But see, but that's the good news for the woman that was left by the seashore that had made the castle for this guy, and he went off and see that younger girl. She don't care because she's used to being treated as such. She was already married to a guy that had a few chips, so you got more chips or more clientele, so to speak. So she was trying to move up, and you didn't see that. He was an old, washed-up motherfucker that didn't understand. You some bald head, fat stomach type of dude with a dumbass name, Krown. And you realized that name wasn't good enough, so you stole McDonald's, you mother. But yeah, you ran for the young girl, the younger lady, that was a different type of classy. This kind of tied to that movie, Why Did I Think I Love My Wife as well. When he would go home and she would tell him, yeah, we need to wash the curtains and we need to clean the laundry. And the other young lady from off of the movie that she was married to was cheating with the white president guy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She used to sleep with the white, Kerry Washington.
No, scandal.
Scandal. She used to sleep with the white president guy, give him a BJ with no questions.
Oh, goodness.
But anyway, that's another story.
Right.
We'll talk about that another time. But she was in the movie, and she was like free-spirited. Let's go. Get out here. Tell your wife that, he was like, how am I going to get out of the house? And he became a victim, and now he's running behind her trying to be with Kerry Washington in this, again, lost. He got a wife at home.
Yes.
So this all ties into the same thing. He's got a wife that cleans, cooks, and she was, listen, y'all, in my opinion, I'm sorry, I think his wife was beautiful. Physically, I do. I think she was. So it's not like he had an ugly wife at home.
No, I don't think that's it. I think guys chase, they so like for the right then and now. I think they think about it later, but she might do this better. She might, instead of again communicating what's wrong, what is it that you don't like, what instead of talking about it, you're like, let me go out here, let me do that. Then you regret it. It's too late. It's too late.
Well, it's almost like law. Women are almost like dartboards. You can keep throwing darts at them for a while before they get actually to a point where they let go. Like, we go back to the founder. She never let go. She still was trying to hang in there. He was the one who pulled the final curtain call. And I Think I Love My Wife. She actually hung in there and the relationship worked out in the movie. He was a dunce at best, and throughout the whole process, the character was, I don't want to talk about, anybody in case y'all want to hire. But needless to say, the character was a dunce, and Hollywood is showing you that man ain't worth a quarter or a squirt of rat piss on a dirty cotton ball, that you can stick in your back pocket. But nobody seemed to see that, but because a woman wants a man. Now, somebody can look at this and say, man, I don't need no goddamn man. Yeah. Right, because you got toys, and you got lesbianism, and you got a work ethic that's out of this world, and you got suppressed desires. You just take that desire, boom, like a trash compactor, at the end of a bar, at the end of the bar night, when the trash compactor comes in the morning, you get all that glass and stuff breaking.
That's just terrible. Just to think that you can't have it all.
See? And you hear that.
You can't have it all. That's what you're saying.
But the question is, who wants it all? Do y'all want it all? I don't want it all.
And why you say because it don't work, so why even go?
Yeah, I mean, again, let's talk about the beetle bug theory again. If you break the jar, which is the relationship, which means it don't work, the thing fractures into pieces, and we got a problem. The jar is broken. Mm-hmm. We're having troubles in the relationship. Mm-hmm. So now the beetles, if beetles landed on this floor, we won't be able to recover all of them. No matter how frantic you squeeze on that end, I squeeze on this. First of all, the jar is broke, so we don't have a jar to put them back in. This is an emergency. Pimp down, pimp in distress. This is an emergency. So these beetles is running everywhere. And I could have told you when we was holding, this is what I mean about the difference, perhaps between a man and a woman. Mm-hmm. I can tell you right now, LJ, holding this jar, if we break this, these beetles is going to run all over the place. And even though I know you think I'm strong like Hercules, I'm not going to be able to get them all back into the jar. Oh, well, there's hope. I think we can do it. No, we're not going to be able to. So once we go have some stress on the relationship, stress on the jar, it breaks and it folds. The beetles hit the ground, they scramble all over the place, and the guy says, I told you so.
And that's it. But a woman will be like, get as many as you can, get something else to put them in. We'll go through all kinds of, and you saying this.
But I'm saying you can't get all the beetles back.
Well, I mean.
But if you are only satisfied with having them all, then you'll never be happy.
Well, that's true, and that's not how things go. Nothing is perfect, but what I'm saying is, you can have that in a career and a relationship if you want it. If that's part of your goal, that's all I'm saying. If it's part of your goal, your overall, then you're gonna work at it. Yes, it's gonna be a part of your work. It's gonna be a part of your family. But it's gonna be in there if you wanted to.
Well, let me say this. I'm listening to your wording, and you're saying your. When maybe you could have been saying our.
Yeah. Well, I'm
in our family, in our relationship, in our job, in our money. See, now our makes us both feel like we are a part of it. But if it's if it's mine, or yours, or you, that's a problem.
Well, you're definitely right. I didn't choose that. I'm thinking.
I'm not even in favor. I'm talking about relationships don't work, and I'm using our.
You're right.
Yeah, but the thing I'm trying to say that's my mindset, though. Right. I'm waiting for the concept of relationship to work. I'm just eating my popcorn standing in the back of the movie theater. I'm just like, I got my bucket back there. This is going to be a good movie as soon as this motherfucker starts.
So that's my slip.
No, that's not a slip. What you doing? What did it say? Shoot. Now, what you're doing is right. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. I'm just saying this movie may not have been built yet.
Okay.
Maybe the movie's not finished, and I don't have the tools, I'll admit. I don't have the equipment to make it go. So I just stand in the back like everybody else that don't know the answer to the problem.
Right.
The fraction that was put up there, none of us know how to solve it, so we looking like this. Do you know?
Right.
We looked at the Asian fella. He don't know. We looked at.
So do you wait for somebody who has their stuff together, or you build with them? What is it?
Let me say this. If you want to have a chance at all, and I mean, this is relationship one-on-one I'm about to give y'all.
Okay.
Based off of what you just gave.
All ears.
In order for you to have the slightest chance, like a snowball in hell, or a feather in the wind, a hurricane storm, or something like that, in order for you to have the slightest inkling of a chance, you're going to have to build one.
I agree.
Hammer, nails, wood. And unlike everybody else, you're going to put this piece in, you're going to have to get a splinter, and you're going to have to look and see if Reggie is over there doing his part. Because he might be gazing at the damn girl with the fat ass booty walking down the street.
Right.
And now the house ain't being built because his mannish ass ain't paying attention to what need to be going. And you got Reggie. And now you look like a nag because he's missing a point. He's supposed to be over there building.
So I like that. I like it.
So his mind is fucking gone somewhere else because he got the attention span of a roach, probably. And, you know.
That's terrible. Oh, but I agree. If we're building together. Because to me, somebody can't come into a relationship and have all their pieces, and then you become a part of their fold. Then what? I mean, because at any given point, you say, I had all this before you got here, so.
That's my couch. That's my leather Italian sofa. That right there, that's my chair right there.
Right.
Those, that picture over there of LeBron James is mine. So don't touch it. And that jersey over there, that was given to me by Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain back in '64. Don't bother it. So now you come in the room and you can't sit in this chair. Damn near have to bring a folding chair from out your trunk to even sit down. And this is where you live. And this is where you live. Yeah. So nobody makes you feel comfortable going into their establishment. Right. You want to know the most dangerous motherfucker in the world? Is a rich man. And that's all that women seem to crave and yearn for. Maybe not. You're not, listen, you're not on this.
I'm over here.
You're not representing.
I'm not representing.
You're not.
Okay.
You're not representing. The thing is, you are a pure, powerful, brilliant, impactful, knowledgeable, educational, educating genius from East Cleveland of a woman. Now that's what you are.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you are standing in a fold, sitting next to a flame of fire, because we see the red shirt, like flames, whatever. But you are standing next to the flames of a demon and a devil, and you are holding your own. You got a smile on your face. You're not taking any of this stuff serious because you're not affected by it. You're not affected by the myth of what a man is. But you got your own philosophy and your own concept, which you are holding on to, regardless of what I say. And those are the makings of a great woman. Don't worry about what I'm saying. If you are a great and fantastic woman out there, be great and fantastic. Yes. Regardless of if you see me stand in the middle of the street and I pull my pants down and like that to let people see my ass cheeks. That's let my dumb ass look like the idiot. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Be a woman. Build you a foundation for yourself. Mm-hmm. If you find somebody that you got some characteristics that you admire or whatever, then you just, if you want to present yourself or try to ask him out on a date, which y'all don't seem to want to do for the most part, maybe you need to go out and try to gain his attention if you have spotted, what do you call it, like a, what do they call that animal, I almost want to say it, but like a buck, a 16-point buck, which is a deer. If you see one, you can start running like this to see if you can get your spear and see if you can throw it and chuck him and see if you can, can puncture his lung or something like that and bring him down. Because they talk about Adam and Eve and Adam, they had to catch him, lay him down and take his rib apart to bring woman into the fold. But that's another story. But anyway, we're talking about acrimony. Mm-hmm. And we're trying, if I can say one more statement, I really want to try to get away from the angry black woman thing. Yeah. Do you guys hear me? I, Motell Granite, which means Maurice only tells everything lead to the Lord and never take anything for granted. I want to get away from the angry black woman. So how can we do this?
First of all, stop with the stereotype. It's just a woman. Anybody can be angry. I don't know where that stuck. Who said that? Who started it? Where did it come from? And I think we are emotional. Now, I get that we are emotional, yes. But angry, no, I just think, society has things so just messed up and misconstrued. Yeah, it's horrible. So, of course, you labeled as that. She don't know what she wants. She thinks she all this. It's so many negative things. We need positivity. Like, build each other up. Why is everything so negative? She a gold digger. She thinks she better than me. I ain't gonna talk to her. She a hoe. Good Lord. Positive things. That's what needs to be. Yeah, and I want to get away from it too. I don't want to be labeled as that.
So now, with the positive vehicle, the positivity engine that's going to go forward is going to start with you, right? Which means that when you go out into the fold, whether it's in a school system, at the bank, the grocery store, maybe the intro to that is smiling and speaking to people. But the problem with that is guys take it wrong. They think it means something. Man, she trying to get with me.
No, come on.
Now, he could have a girlfriend or he could be married, but he thinks of it as a golden opportunity to get a freebie.
You think so?
Man, what?
That's just as bad as saying you open the door for a young lady and she thinking it's more than just you being polite.
LJ, I don't want to bust your bubble. I am a polite and respectable person.
Exactly.
I tend to think so.
Right.
I open doors, and my presence in my environment that I control or thrive at, they are, in my opinion, intimidated by me. I think it's something that my aura that comes off because one, I tower over them, and then so I speak to them. And when I speak with a lot of power in my voice because I'm a leader. I'm an alpha male, so with that being the reality, when I speak, I'm looking straight through your soul. So if any of you guys ever get a chance to meet me, she's feeling it right now. There's a lot of pressure right here sitting next to me.
Yes.
But when I speak, I'm looking directly through you, and I am actually listening to what you have to say. So that changes the element. So whether I shake your hand or give you a hug from that southern type of roots from down in Mississippi, Texas, or Florida, whatever. Alabama, shout out to Alabama for sure. But that southern type of comfort, which is what I will give, and that's intimidating. So if you have a husband, you got a boyfriend, or you single or whatever, it tends to make them tensing up because they don't know what to do. Oh shit, he spoke. Oh shit, he's polite. And whether I'm coming down a hallway or going through a walkway or something like that, and they see me standing there in front of them, and I can make somebody laugh. Now, I've been told that sometimes I smell good. A little bit. I might be a little funky right now, but I've been told, so if smelling good, being tall, if handsome is one of the characteristics, if being charismatic, and all these type of things, and being the inventor of this network and all this type of stuff accounts for something, then I can understand why women would see this as attractive.
Okay.
I can see that. So it's not a crime for a woman to be attracted to if there's another man that has his own construction company, or he does a lot of things for kids and works in homeless shelters. This stuff is positive, but unfortunately, in a lot of realms, those guys don't get any attention. They don't get any credit.
No, that's I think they do.
You think they do?
I do.
Okay, well then we.
You know what though? The negative is just focused on, but I do think, God, they got all that going for them. Please, that's probably cool attention.
Like me, see, I got my little tattoo and stuff, Well,
Goodness.
So there's a lot more animal and stuff for even a guy that speaks like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? How you doing today? Oh my God, it's a beautiful day outside, isn't it? Well, see, what they don't know about is this.
The beard.
My Afghanistan beard. You know what I'm saying? I was born in parts of the Middle East. But anyway, we talked about acrimony. We're going to try and crush the concept of the angry black woman. So we want to attack that. This is episode number 2. So we went after, the first time we went after the side chick. So now this time we're going after acrimony. And so now we don't want no side chicks. We want them to have dignity, women to be respectful for themselves. And now we don't want any acrimony. We don't want any angry, bitter black women. So I don't want anybody to say that I'm not trying to help women, because I am. But LJ is the pillar in this whole process that makes it go. So I want to thank you personally for coming on my network, Kold, Krown, Good Always Win brand. You've been very supportive and very positive. And we're going to definitely do another episode in addition. Again, we'll do part 3. So y'all need to get caught up and stay with us. So comment, do whatever you got. First of all, subscribe. Subscribe, like, and then comment. So hopefully you can get a closing statement and then we're out of here.
Hey, like I said, support Motell. Kold Krown.
I appreciate that. So listen, you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving and all that other great stuff.
Cool.
Take care of yourself. Love y'all.
Bye.